Hello and welcome. I'm Steve Gillette. This is the first of 2 videos on how to play the song Darcy Farrow, a song that Tom Campbell and I wrote together many years ago. Here's the way I play it. Where the Walker runs down into the Carson Valley Plain, there lived a maiden, Darcy Farrow was her name, the daughter of old Dundee, and fair was she, and the sweetest flower that bloomed over the range. Here's the instrumental part. All right. So the first thing you notice is that the bass E string is tuned down to D, giving us what they call drop D tuning. Very full sound with the low D in the bass. Next thing you notice is that the first chord of the song is a D, but it's a second position D up here on the 7th fret and the 5th fret. It's as if you took an A chord, move it up 5 frets to become a D. Now that open D string is not a problem. You can leave that open, and all the strings are the key chord of D. Second chord that we're using is a G. First finger plays the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Second finger plays the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and the 3rd finger playing the 5th fret of the 4th string. We'll leave that high E, the 1st string, we'll just let that ring. Then we slide that whole figure up 2. That becomes an A. The only other chord we need to know is an E minor. Now again, we don't play that low D. It doesn't fit in the chord. Just play the 2-fingered E minor normally, then an A, 1st position, and the D, 1st position. So the song starts with the 2nd position D, then it goes to the G, then back to 1st position D. Second phrase of the song goes D, G, E minor, and A. Then the D again, then the G, the A, the D, and the A, the G, the A, and the D. Now the first thing that we discover when we're trying to play melody is that we need to move this finger down to reach the 3rd fret of the 1st string while we're playing this 2nd position D. Start it and then reach back and just pull that off, keeping the 2 smallest fingers on the 7th fret of the 2nd and 3rd strings. So we'll start with the D chord, then pull off that G on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, come down and play the other 2 strings, and it kind of makes a little run, a little arpeggio. Then we go to our 3-finger G, back to the D. 1st finger on that 1st string, for me, I play my D with my 2nd finger, the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, either my little finger or my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then I save the first finger for the second fret of the first string, and sometimes I like to keep my little finger loose to play other notes connected with the D. So we're going to start with that second position D chord. We're going to reach back for that G on the first string. We're going to play the G chord. Second phrase is start with that same D, reach back for the G, E minor. Same thing again, reach back for that G, and down to the first position D, then the G, walk to the A, D, A, G, A, D. Now, we can achieve other effects by hammering on or pulling off notes on this three-finger G chord. If we pick up the first finger, pull it away, that's a pull-off. Same thing with the second finger. We can hammer it on, or we can hammer on. Same thing on this A. We can hammer on our little finger on the second fret of the second string, or we can slide it and then play the high E above it. So we can pull it off, or hammer it on, or pull it off and then slide it. So we start with that second position D, reach back for the G chord, and the D. Second position D again, reach for that note, G, E minor, and A. G, and then open D. Then the G, the A, the D, A, G, A, D. Now in the second video, we'll get into what the right hand is doing while the left hand is playing those chords in those positions. There's one little wrinkle. If you put your second finger behind the third finger on that third string, that turns that D into a D major seventh. That's one of those things that's useful. The less you do it, it makes more sense to use it very little. But you'll experiment, and I'm sure you'll discover a lot of other variations and other ways to play melodies and counter melodies. So these are all the basics. This is everything you need to move on to the second video for the right hand. Thanks for joining us.